Hey everybody, it is officially 2026. It's 12:33 where I'm at. This is video 4, and let's get into it. So the last video we left off in Mark 13, verse 29, which says, "Even so, when you see these things happening, you know that it is right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away." Now we're going to move on to the day and hour unknown. No one knows about that day or hour, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Be on your guard, be alert. You do not know when the time will come. It's like a man going away. He leaves his house and puts his servants in charge, each with his assigned tasks, and tells the one at the door to keep watch. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know when the owner of the house will come back, whether in the evening or at midnight, or when the rooster crows, or at dawn. If he comes suddenly, do not let him find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to everyone, watch." Now, what he's talking about sleeping, he doesn't talk about physically sleeping. Like, I don't want to come back and find you physically sleeping. He means spiritually sleeping. Like, where we're at nowadays, very much of the church is asleep, unfortunately, spiritually. No one is keeping watch, paying attention. They're going on about their days, and they're not even noticing we're in the last times. He's wanting you to keep watch, to keep track of the signs, the seasons, the times we're in. That's what he's talking about. And when he talks about nobody knows the day or the hour, not even the Son, just the Father. So there is, in the Jewish cultural traditions, with a couple waiting to be wed, what happens is that as the bridegroom, right, while they're engaged, he builds on a room to his father's house just for him and his wife-to-be. He builds it, he furnishes it, and as it's getting close to being done, because the father checks on it, when it's close, he says, "Okay, it's close." He sends his best man, basically equivalent of best man, to warn the bride and say, "Hey." So as soon as he warns her, she gets in her wedding dress, even sleeps in it, right? Because it's going to be soon, and she's got to be prepared. She's got to have her lamp, her oil. She's got to be in her wedding dress, ready to go. Because when that room addition is built and it's to the father's liking of the bridegroom, he'll be like, "Okay, you're done. Go get your bride." And it could be in the middle of the night. And he goes and gets her, like a thief in the night, to take his bride. That's where this comes from. Now, Jesus has me taking you on our next little part of this adventure to Luke 14:15, which is the parable of the great banquet. Okay, it says, when one of those at the table with him heard this, he said to Jesus, Blessed is the man who will eat at the feast in the kingdom of God. Jesus replied, a certain man was preparing a great banquet and invited many guests. At the time of the banquet, he sent his servant to tell those who had been invited, come, for everything is now ready. But they all alike began to make excuses. The first said, I have just bought a field, and I must go and see it. Please excuse me. Another said, I have just bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I'm on my way to try them out. Please excuse me. Still another said, I just got married, so I can't come. The servant came back and reported this to the master. Then the owner of the house became angry and ordered his servant, go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the town and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame. Sir, the servant said, what you ordered has been done, but there is still room. Then the master told his servant, go out to the roads and country lanes and make them come in, so that my house will be full. I tell you, not one of those men who were invited will get a taste of my banquet. So those that make excuses to not get to know Jesus, that don't take the time, that put their earthly desires over getting to know him, they won't be there at the banquet. The banquet is reserved for those who listened to the call and came in, who took the time to know Jesus, took the time to spend with him, took the time to read his word, who have a relationship with him. Those are the people who will be at the banquet in the kingdom of heaven. We're now going to go over the next part he wanted me to touch on, which is also in Luke. It's Luke 14, verse 25. That's where we're starting off, and it's called the cost of being a disciple. Yes, following Christ has a cost. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. He does not promise you that life will be without pain. But what he does promise you is that through the pain, through the midst of the storms, he will be with you every step of the way. He will guide you. He will help you. He will give you peace, joy, love, and your hearts that doesn't make sense. Because in the midst of a storm, usually someone wouldn't be at peace. But that's why they call it a peace that surpasses all understanding. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to make the next video so I can have the captions put for those who can't have the volume on or can't hear. So please follow me over for the last video, part 5.